All right, hey y'all, it's Pizza. We're back here today in the long dark. It's good to be back. It's always good to be back here in Canada playing the long dark. Now, Pizza lives in Virginia. But I'm going to grab one of these. And I started out looking at the sun. Why? Because it's a clear day, which means we're gonna use our mag lens. Chance of success 100%. But we're gonna switch to cedar. Cedar. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Ah, that's pretty cool. Well, that was pretty cool. Anyway, how you guys doing? I hope you're out there having a great day. I hope you're doing what you want to do. And I hope it's going well. Pizza had a long night. A very long night. Oh, because we failed. We're failures. That's why. We'll try a stick. Stick in a mag lens seems a little better than a big chunk of cedar. Anyway, long night. We got a lot of people out on the injured list at work, and here's the story, right? Let me just pass this along, right? So we got 5 people out on the injured list. Look at this flame. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. And here's what's interesting to me, anyway. Yeah. Should I go big calories? No. I'm gonna cook it for Chef Pizza. Let's be smart about this. Let's get these ugly ones first. Yoink. Yoink. Some of these don't look so good either.
I'm not sure I'm carrying much more.
Listen, Astrid, I'm busy. Anyway, so yeah, 5 people out on the injured list, but nobody got hurt at work, right? Chuck them in there. Chuck you in there. All right, we got like half an hour to chill. So, right, so yeah, luckily, thankfully, yeah, really thankfully, nobody at work got hurt at work. There's just been like a series of unfortunate events. Anyway, yeah. So one person went to a country singer show, right? That wasn't. I don't know how to really explain it. It was a pretty big country person. But they play occasionally, like, local, smaller venues, right? So she was at this venue catching this great show. She got tickets through a friend that works there. Good to have peeps. Good to have peeps, right? It's good to know people. But anyway, and she was leaving, and it's like Old Town Richmond. And so Old Town Richmond, if you don't know, Richmond is really, 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 really old. So we have a lot of cobblestone, like, streets. We still have cobblestone streets, not as many as we used to. I'm perfectly 100% for that. I mean, they were literally falling apart. But we still have a few. Anyway, but we do have a lot of cobblestone, like, paths and whatever. She had on her going to the cool country concert shoes on. And I guess, like, her heel, right? Pizza doesn't wear heels, so I don't really know how they work. Got caught in the cobblestone and she fell. And then listen to this. This is so bad. It kind of grosses me out, even just. And I've had a broken pelvis, fractured vertebrae, broken every finger in both my hands twice, broken wrist, knocked out teeth. Like, I'm scarred. Like, tore her rotator cuff. Ugh. Why does that gross me out? I don't know. But anyway, very painful. Very, very bad. So she's out. Then we got the new guy, right? People barely know this guy's name. He fell. You don't know these people. Drunkenly, and got a concussion. like a bad, like, oh, let's have some lunch. Anyway, he's out. And then, look at that. If you've never had rabbit, it's delicious. Uh, anyway, yeah, so, and then we have someone that has a little, they're a little bit older. We need a hip replacement. And then, let's see. Oh, near somebody, not, they're young enough, I suppose. But they played a lot of sports. They need a knee. They're getting a brand new knee. That's always cool. And then somebody with an ailment. I'm just not going to go into it. But yeah, so oh, look at us getting this cooking score. Just rolling on these little buns. That's what I was hoping. Chef Pizza, right? Skadoosh. Anyway,
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
the absolute nugget pizza. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to do that. Let's grab a piece of fur. What's the weather like? Still absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Yeah. We're not getting a lot of calories, but we're getting some calories. These. Okay. You. New piece on. Now we're talking. Anyway, so yeah. But I come into work today, and we're going to go to a place that has one of those big boards, you know what I'm saying? Like a big erase board type thing. Dry erase board. And it says 0 days since the last accident. And we're all like, who had an accident? What? We got all these people out. But nobody's gotten hurt at work or whatever. And here's the thing, right? So our supervisor went on maternity leave. Her husband got like this crazy new job. like 2 weeks after she went on maternity leave. And we've all been like, she ain't coming back. Nah, she ain't coming back. She ain't coming back. And it's based on her personality and like her wants, whims, and needs. Not about anything about like
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
female male dichotomy or anything. Because she made all the money before, right? And yeah, she quit. And so the acting supervisor that we've had while she was on maternity leave has been acting like our supervisor. They never really got too involved because they thought they were going somewhere else, right? But they officially became our actual supervisor yesterday, last night, whatever, today, I guess. And so the scuttlebutt is, it's been 0 days since an accident, since they've been our supervisor, right? Yeah. Work gossip. Sometimes you need it just to pass the time. Oh, that's a big bunny. Big old bunny. I tore up those ptarmigan. We're on day 18, heading into day 19, obviously. But we did make it to carcass harvesting level 4 and a little bit beyond. 30% reduction in meat harvesting times. Can harvest 75% frozen carcasses by hand. 20% reduction in hide or gut harvesting time. So good stuff. And look, we're over halfway mark on getting to cooking level 2. 17, is it 7 or 7? 17. It's 7. It's 7 minutes. How fast can I do this? I need a little bit of wood. Need some wood. We still got all these steaks. We're not hurting for food. But I'd rather just have a bunch laying around on the porch than not have any at all. Yes. Anyway, so we got all these people out at work. I'm working 6 days a week, Good for the pocketbook, good for the PlayStation 5, y'all. Just keep that in mind. Keep it in your brain box. It's just like getting so much closer and closer due to, well, unfortunate circumstances for a lot of other people. But, meep, meep. Hey, buddy. But yeah, paycheck's paycheck, yo. Paycheck's paycheck. When you're making a couple extra $100 every paycheck, oof. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. So yeah. Looking real good for the old PS5 and the, we'll grab some of these little tarmac cans. What do you need to make broth? No. I don't really need to make broth, but what do you need to make broth is, you know. We're very, very thirsty. We definitely need salt, right? What do you, where is it? Broth. Oh, I just need salt. You know what? Let's make a little broth. You know what? Let's at least put something in this pan, right? How many? 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we got time. Let's see. 12 minutes. 30 minutes. There we go.
Drop any of this gear.
No. You know how this works. There we go. Snow's coming in just the perfect direction for what I need to do. I got a 22-pound bag of salt, and then I got a little jar of salt, too. So we'll go grab this little jar of salt. That should be enough. I'll put it on the shelf over here. Thank you. Broth is great. I mean, having, like, the world's getting colder over time. This is a custom playthrough. It's a weird sort of, a lot of pilgrim, a lot of stalkers, some interloper, whatever. If you're familiar with the channel and you're familiar with pizza, then you kind of know what's happening. You kind of know. Wind change direction a little bit. I still think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. Let's give broth a chance. All I am saying is give broth a chance. What's happening here? Anyway. Last episode, Pizza went ranting. Pretty hard. And that, normally I'm like, I talk about anything, we'll be friends, we can say stuff. I don't really talk politics and religion. I guess I just don't really talk generally
This getting kind of heavy.
politics and religion. Yeah. Snack on that. Couldn't even eat it all. No, but, sometimes we do. Sure. Why not? But as always, got to give a good shout out to Mrs. Wright. #1 fan, big supporter. And sometimes, we get to chat about things. Stuff happens. But yeah, a lot of ranting, a lot of goofing on. But we did play some Long Dark. We killed 6 ptarmigan? I don't know. I got like 25 down now, so we're good. I got all these little burb carcasses laying around. Oh, speaking of which. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Let's make some broth. Just because I can. You know? Let's do 2. Then we'll have something nice and warm I can use, kind of like teas. Since teas aren't really going to be much. 37 minutes. Really takes that long? Well, my cooking score is miserable. Let's face it. Anyway, yeah. Something to warm us up repeatedly, in theory. As things get colder over time. Now, how are we doing on the... look at that. Look at that. You guys, look at that. Look at it. 43 degrees of warmth bonus, 25 degrees of windproofing. That's crazy windproofing. I think that's about the best you can get. Look at our clothes. I mean, we're doing all right? We got snow pants. We got the good old combat pants. We need to do a little bit of sewing. We only got 1 pair of underwears. I looked. I want to make a second one of these. Not so much because I'll probably be using it too often, 2 of these. But when this one gets soaking wet, which it will eventually, wandering around, we have another one to replace it. Because it has how much rainproofing, waterproofing? It is 0. Yeah, it's pretty fast. And this thing too. Even though it says, look, it has 30% waterproofing. Same as the wool toque. But I swear this thing gets soaked so much faster. What? I mean, come on. We can get, if I fix it up, we can get maybe another degree of warmth, though, I think. Yeah. We're getting there. We got good boots, we got good gloves, we got enough for the deerskin pants, pants, if we want it. Skadoosh. Really? I know it. I've been playing this game for years. Like 300 videos in the playlist, probably like another 200 or 300. So I was looking at my stats recently, right? On YouTube Studio. If you're a YouTuber or you want to be a YouTuber, I 100% recommend getting YouTube Studio. I made 1,360 videos or something like that, right? Listen, if you're thirsting for content, Pizza's got it. 1,300 plus videos, right? I have
The sun is setting.
40,500 and some change in views. Are you kidding me? 40,500 people have watched my videos. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of blows my mind, right? And then maybe I'll go look. I think it's something like, but here's the statistic that makes YouTube occasionally text me and ask me to like, oh, maybe you should check this out. Maybe you should do some stuff, right? But if we go to lifetime hours, right? 40,000 views, 5,044 hours of watch time. What does that even mean? I don't even know. That's a lot of days. Like if you, like, I'm curious now, because I get curious. let's say we'll just do 5,000. Let's move this up here. No, that's 5,700 pizza. 5,000 divided by 24 equals 208 days. So if you wanted to, if 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 you were like gonna watch every bit of content that these people have already seen, right? You would have to watch 208 days straight of pizza. That's crazy, right? It's got to be crazy. It's kind of crazy. I think it's crazy. We're getting like 75% profits. I mean, I'm fine with that. It really is just more about warming up. All right, we'll check this over here. I don't want to start cooking.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Really? That's true. Pretty neat, huh? I think so. Nope, it's wrong. Oh, 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 I'm hitting so many wrong buttons, it's ridiculous. So we do that, and we shrink that, and we go back here. Oh, nice. I'm about back to my average for this year, about 450 views every 28 days. That's not bad, right? But again, the watch time. It's all about the watch time. 119 hours. You guys are nuts. You guys are crazy. Now, I will say this. I do happen to make a lot of videos that are like 2 or 3 hours long. But like, the fact that you guys are like sticking... Oh, I made some tea. Sure, why not? Wow. Thank you. Big claps. Amazing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, you make a 3 to 5 hour video and you hope... I watch those... Like, a lot of the content I watch is like that. You know what I mean? So, I would like to make content like that, if possible. But I don't watch it all at once. You know what I mean? I split it up. I watch them when I get home from work, a little bit before I go to bed. Sometimes pizza wakes up in the middle of the night and we watch a little something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. I think it's cool. Alright, a little bit of tea. We'll stick that over here. That's a little good. Nah. Okay. Get these big bun buns getting cooked up. Alright. I guess we'll catch... Maybe we'll do a few... Let's get rid of this last bit of moose meat. Well, sure.
I wonder if I
And
can
we get a...
drop any of this gear.
No. And we get a few bigger steaks going before you run out of fire. Which we started with our mag lens. Yes, yes. Didn't think we were going to get one, but we did. Fantastic. Pro gamer. You know how I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think today you know, I try to entertain and get off my soapbox just a little bit and do some things we need to do. I mean, it's kind of fun. I was thinking about it, you know. It's been a long time since I spent. Mystery Lake is kind of like a waypoint in most of my games, right? Doesn't matter whether I'm playing custom or normal playthrough or whatever. Um, it was such a big deal when I first started playing. You know what I mean? Now it's just kind of like a way station. It's just like it's a place like it's like a roadside. It's like a Buc-ee's. You know what I mean? There's like all these crazy cool things, but you just really stop there for a little while and then you move on. But if it's really all I got, we could, you know, there's some things we can do here. And we got around 200 matches, but we also have infinite fire because of sticks, coal, and the Maglins. Food, it is very slowly going to deplete over time. But I mean, I feel like we could do 500 days, which is something I've actually never done. I don't think it'll count because we're doing it in a custom game. Still, yep. I thought you said you've been playing for years, Pizza. Yeah. You got thousands of hours in this game, Pizza. Yeah. You have thousands of hours recorded on your playlist, Pizza. Yeah. And I still haven't done 500 days. I'm skittish. No, that's not the right word. I'm British? No, that's not right either. I'm ADHD? Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Some beauty in there. Let's throw a few sticks on my bobby. Like so. It's early. I had to put gas in my car tomorrow. Luckily, through my work, I get a discount at certain gas stations. Yeah, it's like at 15 cents off per gallon. But when it's like $4.50 per gallon, I mean, what the heck? Mm, mm.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
It is, but we're also getting cooking score. I can't believe I haven't quite cracked that next level, but okay. I feel like we should be getting close. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe we stay up till we get to cooking level 3. So our next cooking session, even a little bit more productive. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. Teas. Maybe we make the burdock tea. Just because I'm pretty flush on water. Actually, I feel like I have a lot of water. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see this. Not quite. Oh, man. Things are going to get weird. That's okay. Beep, 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 beep. And then, here, let's try to get one pile of bunnies. At least for now. Fish. Hooty hoo. Hooty hoo. Yeah, our mending and our scrap metal is very limited. I need to go back to the dam at some point. See if we can find a bit more scrap metal. I guess we'll do a complete relook and see if we can find, um, hopefully, possibly a hacksaw. If I can find a hacksaw, that's just going to make my life so much better. Because I can acquire scrap metal. There's tons here in Mystery Lake. And I can continue to repair the hacksaw with the sets of tools I found. So, but not looking good. Not looking good on the hacksaw front. I feel like yeah. So that's probably. I mean, we finally found a mag lens. So I feel like the major handicap I have is that I don't have a hacksaw. If I did have a hacksaw, I mean, we might be able to do 1,000 days and beyond. It's certainly possible. Go. Yeah, let's get some major calories in first. I was looking at a chart recently on the Reddits, like you do. And it was telling you like what's better to have inside, what's better to have outside. It doesn't really matter after you have cooking level 5. And since we're going to cooking level 5, I guess like none of it really matters. Right? Eventually. I don't know. We'll see. I could be making water. I just don't think right now it's that big a deal. I'm more worried about calories. Get these calories taken care of, and yeah, we'll find another sunny day and we'll make some more water. Well, like I said, cooking score. The sooner, oh yeah, we're almost there. The sooner we get cooking score up, the better. That's all there is to that. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. We cooked these steaks off. That's a decent amount of meat. Again, we have some moose meat. We got these, this broth and all this stuff right here. But I think we make these burdock teas, and if these two steaks don't do it, then the burdock teas will. I think they'll push us over to level 3. I think it's gonna do it. Yes. We do. I think tomorrow. Depending on the weather, as always, we need a good firewood run. We got a couple of axes. We got a couple of whetstones. I'm going to focus on a bunch of knives. I found like 6 or 7 knives. Yeah, let's use the axe. Get some wood. I'm kind of thinking about placing my snares back down again. Not a lot to do right now except try to, build up our calories, build up our cooking score so we can eat whatever. Ruined or not. Maybe we keep a couple of raw ones for the next cook. Yeah. Yeah. I want to thank everybody that's been checking out the shorts. You guys are amazing. It's funny, like, I have a couple legacy videos. Um, every day, every week, every month, people are watching certain videos. And one of them is The Long Dark Pilgrim to Custom Difficulty, the first episode of Pilgrim for Noobs. There it is. Alright, cooking level 3. Boink, boink, boink. 15% calories cooked food item, no calories lost when smashing up cans, cooking times reduced by 10%. Kariva's depth solution from that short is just going and going. Like, it gets me like 60 views a month. It's crazy. I guess I was on point. My shorts are crazy. I get like 500 views easy from my shorts. That sounds funny, doesn't it? I guess it's all the burdock. Do I have? Yeah, I got 2 cups. Now let's cook this birch bark because it's renewable. Might as well. Try to ride this fire out to the end. In 7 minutes. Get another. Wait. I don't see why not. But yeah, last video I had somebody asking about what are we gonna do about fishing, and it's really more dependent on. You know what? We could make cooking oil. More so for the cooking score. Because, let's face it, eventually, I mean, we only have so many uses for it. Because we only have one bag of flour. There we go. Grab that. And you get cooking score for preparing it and making it. So, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Let's throw on another stick. There we go. Speed that up. Grab that. Grab that. Okay. Maybe we'll throw it in the box here. Why not? Get going. We'll figure out the inventory in the morning. Check that there. We got a lot of moose steaks on us. Thankfully. Do that. Alright, cool. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Time for bed. This out. There we go. That away. Yes. Alright. Food wise, I think we're good until morning. Let's get a big swig. Of what we really need. And then, yeah, we'll go to bed for like 6 hours. That's pretty good rest, right? Adult American, 6 hours is like 8 hours. Alright, it's a little dark. It's okay. Alright, let me look at the old inventory. Yeah, we got a lot of... Nice, we'll put that down. We got some shells. Torches. Oops. Yep. There we go. Alright. Let's get this one. Don't eat it. More meat than I need. You know what I'm saying. You guys know. We got teas we can throw down. Don't need those guys on this. And then plenty of this stuff. Okay. Alright. I'm going to take the craziest quick break. I'll be right back. It's already brighter. I just noticed there's 2 fish on this carpet. That's pretty cool. Well, this is going to be helpful. Yeah, I figured I threw all this stuff on the ground. Uh, yeah, we can't build, but we can place, so that's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, there's a couple things we can make. Well, let's chuck all these right here. Those right there. Things to think about. So, we have a moose spawn right outside the door. We have Ron's rifle. It's got 10 bullets in it. Oh, I had a phase itch. We have 2 more to load in here. It's always tricky to walk out the door because it's like, you know. What if there's a moose right now? It'd be pretty helpful. And I feel like if we could just nail it in one shot, right? Wow. So I guess it, we'll, we'll peek out. Let's see. Oh, it's day 2. Day 2 we killed a moose, so pretty pretty cool, right? I'm just saying. Always need to keep that in mind. Yeah. No moose would appear. Let's see if the buns are still out here. It's not a bad weather day. A little chilly. Buns are there. I feel like I need to keep kind of focusing on getting the cooking up. Like, the sooner the better. And a big pile of meat, even if it's rotten, at cooking level 5, it doesn't really matter, right? Right. We still have... Oh, that's a lot of raw meat, though. Let's drop the rifle out here right now. Like that. Okay. Sure. Let's eat. There we go. Let's drink. There we go. That's not a bad bit of meat to wander around with. Anything else? We got quite a few torches. I don't think we need right now. I'll break this one. Why not? And then, yoink, yoink. Yeah, 3 probably good enough. Shovels on us, that's fine. Oh, there we go. Couple of T's. Couple of T's will lighten us up just a skosh. Yep, yep. Pop. Yeah, we'll keep 2. Alright. Yeah. I think we'll hold off on the snares today. Focus on firewood. So, plenty of firewood in here. We're gonna probably skip most of it. We'll get it on the way back, but we're gonna go through this little back area and head towards trappers a little bit and try to get our hands on some sticks. Yeah, the more sticks, the better. There's a few in here. Hopefully, I think it's been a minute since I, grabbed a bunch of these, so. Thanks for joining, you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Let's grab some of these. I mean, it's just free, it's free wood. I mean, what do you just kind of, you can't say no. And again, eventually, we don't, there'll be one day, you guys, where we chop the last limb that we can chop. And it's just going to be sticks. So we might as well get in the habit. Right? I have a nasty habit. Kill the wabbit. Not sure where this ptarmigan is. I hear him quacking. I said this in the last video. If you guys aren't familiar with the Outdoor Boys, you guys should check it out. Oh. Pizza lives beside, literally 2 blocks from the police station and 3 blocks from the fire station, so. Well, there he is. Hello. Switch. Excuse me. Sir. Or ma'am. Yes! Arrow broke, but that's okay. It's just sticks and feathers. Nice. Take it. We'll take it. Alright, let's keep going in, getting more sticks. I mean, we could break a few branches. Wouldn't hurt. We could reset them. They'll come back eventually. Let's focus on the free stuff laying on the ground. Right here, right now. There's no other place pizza would want to be. It's my footprints. I was like, what is this? What is this? It's just pizza, it's just me. Yeah, words. Sticks. You love them. You need them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, people of all types and ages. We love sticks. Yeah. Uh, again, we warmed up. Let's see what kind of day it is. Oh, it's even hardly cold compared to what we're wearing. So, yeah. Again, it's going to get colder over time, people. What day is it? 20? Have we made it? No, 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 no. Tomorrow, I believe. It will be colder forever. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I used to know. I used to know a lot of things about the long dark. Yeah. But you just keep playing and playing a game, and you think you know more. I tend to know less. Cedar. Lots of cedar, which is good. Which is good. I'm not knocking it. Fur is better. Sticks are king. I mean, what are you gonna do? What's this? What happened? Alright, so let's grab a stick or two around chair if we can. No? No? Let's start working our way back. Let's grab this fur first. You see the weather getting a little weird on me.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Astrid! Not now. Okay. I mean, yeah. Got this one. So what I'm hoping to do. Yeah, the snow is definitely starting to come down. Let's grab this one. And yeah, any sticks we see on the way back. We drop this off, and then we start working on the stuff that's a little closer to home. You know, yeah, we're definitely getting a little damp. Yeah, thanks to you guys that popped in. I really appreciate it. Look, even if you only watch for like 7 seconds, it's a view. Pizza has 40,500 plus views, so I'll take it. Watch the stupid muse. The muse? My muse. The moose be up here. I mean, he tends to show up in bad weather. Now, what I think I'm going to do is grab this piece of fur. Guaranteed longer Fire. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I'm gonna try to spend. I'm like my plan is to try to definitely take advantage of the mag lens, even though we have like not quite 200 matches. You know what I mean? Let's save those. Let's save those and extend as far and as long as we can. You know, I can generally, if they regenerated, we should have a few sticks up this way. It doesn't look like they're here though. There's a stick. Branches, branches, branches. No. You know what? We did pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. For real. Alright, let's see what we got here. 13. One, two, drop that. And then 6 right here. Do I have a stick pile? Sort of. Check all these in there. You know, okay. Wait, I thought I had salt. Oh, yeah, we got some junk in there. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh yeah, we got a time to get it cleaned. Not a lot of fatigue. All right, let's go clean this ptarmigan, right? Dry off a little bit, and then see if we can get a little more firewood. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure. How are we going to clean it? We're going to use our hatchet? No. Our knife? No. Oh, it's frozen. So we could do. And that would help us warm up and dry off a little bit. Let's just, just kind of relax on a nice warm bed. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. All these paint cans. Like, what were they painting? This is slightly painted. Yeah. Maybe they're artists and this is what they're working on? I don't know. I don't get it. How about this one? Sure. Let's do another door here. And ladies and Jacobins, boys and squirrels, we're going to rip this apart with our bare hands. Monsters. Monster. Hmm. Hmm. Nice. 29, ptarmigan down. Can't be sad about that. Alright, let's go see what the, well, the weather's like. Rifles on the porch. All right. Just in case, you never know. You never know. I do want to kill a bear in this playthrough. Like, I feel like that's necessary. I feel like I need to kill a bear and get a bearskin coat. We'll see. Yeah. Alright, does condition matter outside? I don't think it does. Moosin! Just doing my moose call. The wind. The wind is fantastic. 100%. Windy snow means I get wet less. Is that a wet, less wet? Less wet. I get less wet. Yeah. Wet less. That sounds weird. Less wet. Wet less. Less wet. It all sounds gross. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We're gonna head down this road a little bit. This road, these railroad tracks. Pick up a few of these. Oof. Now we're moving 25% faster. Yes. Facing the wind. So, I'm welcome and you're welcome. Ooh. Yeah, okay. We're gonna, I think this is the farthest limb. In here.
Feels like night is coming.
It's because it is. But see, like, if it was really snowing but with no wind, we'd be soaked. We'd be soaking wet by now. Grab these. Chong. 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 Really want to focus on those outdoor fires with the Maglins. Again, nearly 200 matches, so, you know. But I feel like the sooner I start conserving, the better. Okay, okay. Yeah. Wind died, so we're definitely getting soaking wet, and let's call it. Let's call it. Yeah. But more firewood. Fir, look at all that fir. Look at all the cedar. We're doing really well. And, I mean, honestly, we didn't do that much. Kept it very close. To the homestead. You know, only under 70 pounds. Yeah, we're macking. We are macking to change. These. A couple of those just in case. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if it, I, I don't know if I need light to break up this table in here. If I don't, I guess what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Because I think if there's not enough time to do it with an axe. So let's just see. 38 minutes? It's already too dark. Yeah, you know what? I require light to break things down too. I don't know. You know what we could do? Let's see. There's a couple things that are bothering me. All these stupid paint cans. Anyway, I want to get rid of this. And this. More of an annoyance, really, than anything else. I think there was... What else was there? This stuff's kind of useful. This Alright. You know what? Let's keep that guy. I mean... There's just too many paint cans. I can't... That are completely useless. You know what I mean? They're just annoying. Not sure what the plan was. Oh, I tell you what we can do, though. You know what? There we go. We can do these in the dark. Yeah. Take that. And that. Cool, cool, cool. Bed's over here somewhere. There we go. Alright. We'll eat this little piece of moose meat. We'll eat this little piece of moose meat. We'll eat this tiny little piece of rabbit. And then we'll finish off with this guy. Nom nom nom. Huge swig of water. Delicioso. And then, we'll see what that does. I'm just gaming. I'm a gamer. I game. So I'm gaming. Look at that. Look at all this light. Are we still under 70? We're under 70. So what I'm thinking about today, we do a couple of things. Still not ready to put more snares down. I don't think it's necessary right this moment. There we go. I'm gonna chop this table up real quick because I'm tired of it. It just irritates me. It's in the way. There we go. We got another feather. And then, these are all kind of crap, but we still got them, so I can't say no. I've got the rifle. It really depends. see, we got 3 other axes in varying shapes. I must have it on me, right? Wait a minute. What's going on? Vaughn's rifle should be right here. This god dang stupid son god blip racking scratching blitzing Prager schnicken. Oh, it's on the porch. Never mind. Yeah, everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool, guys. Stop freaking out. I know what's up. I know what's up. I know I left the rifle on the porch because the moose, right? You guys. You guys freaked out for a minute, didn't you? Yeah. Not me, though. Not a bad day. Tell you what. I'm gonna... yeah. Nope. Because we're gonna do this right here. It's fine. We're gonna do this right here. Just good. Meat piles. 2.2 pounds ought to do it. There we go. Right. So what I'm thinking, I want to check and see if the cave has respawned. Oh, shoot. That is free meat right there. It's free meat. Woo! Pete still got it. Give me that. All right. I don't. There's no way it's clear enough for a Maglins fire, right? I could do a match. I just don't think it's worth it. All right. So we're just gonna try to clean it right quick. Not with that hatchet, with a knife. There we go. Hour and a half. Sure, why not? That's good meat, y'all. Oh, the sun came out. Stupid. Nope, sun's gone.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Sun's gone. Might be a shorter day than ever. No, we're going for it. I'm going for it. I do things like that sometimes. Some stupid stuff, so might as well. Yo, I saw people tune in and they tuned out, and then what did we do? What did we do, people? Killed a deer, and you tuned out before that happened. Shame! Shame! Shame on you. Alright, let's get these guts and deer skin down. Let's grab a quick save. I'm gonna go look at the cave and see if maybe the coals respawned yet. You never know with these caves. Sometimes it's really quick. Like, the game broke and it's really quick. Sometimes it takes a while, you know. Just one of those things. And you never know, we might run into a bear and I might shoot it in the face. So, yeah. popped in for 2 seconds, but then maybe you missed it. Oh wait, somebody said hello. Big Riz Pizza Whiz, what's up? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Hope things are going well. Pizza's good. Thank you for asking. I love it when people ask me how I'm doing. You know, I appreciate that. I'm doing good. I'm tired. I worked hard last night. Talked about it a little earlier in the video. Lots of people on the injured list. So, working 6 days a week, getting that overtime. Working 9, 10-hour days. Good paychecks. PlayStation 5 coming in July. Yeah. And July is a 5 paycheck month. What? No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. So I'm very excited. PlayStation 5. You tired too? Man. Life and work. Work and life. Stupid. We should be able to just like read and educate and do things that we want. We should live in the Star Trek universe. I'm a nerd. I'm not quite as well. You know what? Maybe I am a Star Trek nerd. I don't know. I say track because I'm Southern. Trek, Star Trek. Anyway, yeah, right? Like I exist, and I have likes, needs, and wants. Can I do things that fit into that thing? I have a pretty good job. I'm not, but Is it joy? Yeah, it's work. Oh, look at this weather, though. You can feel it, right? Sometimes in the long dark, I feel like the weather is just so perfect. It's so perfect. Like, this is so cold. These big, fat, wet snowflakes just smacking you in the face. Like, pizza has a beard and a mustache. But, it hits it and then it melts and then it freezes. Oh, it's cold. So cold. Anyway, glad you're back. Glad to hear from you. Sorry you're tired. I get it. I really do. Pizza has to be at work at midnight tonight. Yes. So. It's not that far away. I try not to think about it, though. Oh, okay, we're turning around. Or are we going forward? I guess we're going forward. Oh, we got a blizzard. But it's a daytime blizzard, which isn't great. The visibility is not going to be great, but it's better than a nighttime blizzard, right? Oh, thanks. I'll take that. Right. Obviously we're not bear hunting, but I think I can get the trappers. I don't know. It's a little sketchy going this way. But you know, I can kind of see. Uh, this should be Max. Right, there's Max. Hey, Max. So if I kind of angle myself this way, not get too weird. I got a little weird. Let me go around this rock. Like so. At least the wind is at my back, right? Mr. Pizza Briz, it's at my back. So, yeah. There's the ridge. I've wandered off a little bit. So let's head towards the walls. So. And what we'll do is Billy Goat just a little bit through here. And I think this should take me to a wall. Somewhere around here. We'll tuck in for a sec. Yeah, everything's so good. And we'll push up this way, we'll grab some sticks. Who doesn't love sticks? But this should put us... and this is just smart Blizzard thinking. And look where I am. I'm at the cave where I want to be. So we can just pop right in here. We'll get a save. And we'll see if there's any extra coal. I love coal. I really do. Ooh, it is nasty outside. All right, let's. Yeah, why not? We'll just pop this thing because. Anyway, so the plan was to come here anyway, right? See if any coal had respawned. So let's do that. We could hang out in the cave. We could go to Trappers. Yeah. Oh, great. Perfect. There we go. 5. Very nice. Dead guy. Yeah. Like I said, the coal respawns. I mean, sometimes you could wait 2 or 3 days and you could find a cave that is just completely respawned all the coal, or at least some of the coal. Right? There should be some here. Like I said, it's not all back, but some of it is, so I'm not mad about that. Yep, these are here. Perfect. Perfect. Perfection. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a plan. We're not, I mean, we're kind of winging it, but not. Yeah. That's good. So what I think we do... Right. Let me turn this off real quick. And we break this branch. Oh, didn't mean to use the axe, but, you know, we did. We go lanternless, which is great for me, but not great for you guys. Right. And then we got another branch here. Why am I not... I don't even want to talk about it. And then we just use the fire pit that's already here. Yes. Warm up a bit, and you know we'll see what the weather's doing. We'll make a little water. Hello, dead person. Thank you for being a waypoint. And then here we go. Okay. You know, it's one of those. Get out of here. It's one of those things where like. I could use a book. But that's... We only have so many of those. Even though we have a decent amount. Because we can still get books from the cabins on the lake. Maybe a few from the dam, you know.
Come on, little fire.
Come on, little fire.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
We're stuck in Mystery Lake.
That didn't work.
So every bit kind of counts. So I think we'll save this book. Oh no, you wasted a torch. I mean, we'll get another torch from the fire. Alright, we checked the coal on. Rapidly heating up. Let's start making some water because that's what you need to do in this particular situation. That. Let's grab a drink. Get it off right there in case you want some coffee. 29 minutes, 18 minutes. That's fuel. All them sticks we picked up. Yep. Alright, that should be plenty of water. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How wet are we? We're dried out already. Yeah. We're kind of killing time at this point. Tell you what. Let's make one more water. We'll make a tea. Grab a torch. And we'll go see what the weather's doing. One piece of coal, totally dried out. Right. We found like 5 or 6 pieces. I mean, I'm already calling it a success. Alright, let's go see what's happening. What's going on? What's going on? Not a blizzard, please. I'm betting blizzard is over. I feel like it's over. It's probably not. But it probably is. Right? No? Okay. Are we hanging out in the cave, or do we go to the cabin? It's not like I'm going to have another fire, but I mean, if you're trapped in a blizzard, wouldn't you rather be in, like, you know, a home? I would. I would rather. Pizza, have you ever been in a blizzard before? Yes, I've been in 2 blizzards, actually. Nice. Yeah. I feel like, oh, you know what? You know, I think the blizzard just ended. Grab this. I have relatives in Iowa, USA. And went there one Christmas. Meep. And got off the plane, which landed in a blizzard with 90-mile-per-hour headwinds. It was rough landing. And it was 80 below zero. Yeah. I was 15. Had a tiny little crustache. That's what I called my mustache at 15. And I still call it to that day. Little crustache, right? And, yeah, it froze. Yep. Me and my father went to go get the rental car, and our little mustaches froze. Now, me, I grow fur like a gorilla. Like, it just happens. Like, I have 5 o'clock shadow at 1 o'clock. All right.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
My dad, he worked hard to get facial hair. Yeah. We got to the rental agency with our little frozen crustaceans. And we began the 2-hour drive to my grandmama's house for Xmas. And when I say 80 degrees below zero, I don't think most people understand what I'm saying. It was negative 80. 80 degrees. I don't think if you've ever not experienced that kind of cold, you you just don't really know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You can't really. It's not something you can really imagine. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Just how like when people say their bones are cold, like normally in my life, I'm like, I don't think you really know. Your bones get cold. Like you can feel your skeletal structure. You can feel your cells like freezing. I don't really know how to explain it. It's cold, people. Mildly enough, I'm still thinking about this bear. Me running around this way, I feel like I missed some saplings. And again, I always say this, you always got to double check your saplings, especially in Mystery Lake. You're like, hey Pizza, I know there's saplings there, but for some reason they didn't spawn. But if you go back, oh my gosh, there they are. And then of course this right here. Really one of our only renewable resources here. Big score, that's calories. Rock chair. It's kind of turning into a wood run, but I mean, isn't that what we were doing anyway? I don't know. Let's go back this way. We're not cold. We're not getting too wet. Super windy equals even in the snow, which is a sparse snow. Well, maybe it's picking up a little bit. Pretty darn good. Well, this is mine. Yeah. Did I? I feel like I'm going the right way, but I also feel like I'm doing it wrong. Lots of buns. But I don't see a bear. Alright, let's go to the hunting stand. Really? Really? Fine. I'm gonna sneak up here and take a really quick break. Like, really quick. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, here we go, people. Yeah. Ain't no bear around here. Already broke an arrow on some bunnies that I didn't get. Maybe we do a second check for... You know what? I got an idea. We're pretty happy, though. I have a twofold idea. I have a threefold idea. The threefold lands. If you can place from literature where the threefold lands comes from, you will know Pete's favorite book series of all time. So comment if you know and or figure it out. The threefold land. If you can add some context, even better. But if you can just guess the book series and the author, you will have like quadruple, double, quintuple points as being cooler than a polar bear's toenails. It's ice cold. I'll give you like 3 minutes. What time is it? I should be in bed. I don't care if you look it up. The threefold land. 1, 2, 3. Fold land. Oh. Wheel of Time! And yes, the author was Robert Jordan. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, people of all types and ages. Big Riz, Pizza Whiz, Ryan wins. All the gold. Congratulations, sir. You are a player. 100%. You only read up to like 4 or 5. If you read up to 4 or 5, I mean, you read like 5,000 pages. So, winner in my book. Oh, speaking of books, you know, I told you there were books laying around. Ooh, oh! We're just kind of hungry. Little peckish. Yeah. 14 books plus a prequel, 4 million words. Did you hear me? Did you catch that? Over 4 million written words. It's not an easy journey. It's a great story. But Robert Jordan was a bit long-winded. Let's just say that. They were huge. Oh, the TV series? Yeah. Here's the problem with the TV series. And it's the problem with a lot of TV series and movies when they adapt an IP. They wanted to inject themselves. And, oh, here's somebody we haven't even searched. And we got a lot of nothing. Well, there you go. You inject some random corpse and you get nothing from it. That's kind of what I think about the TV series. There were oh, is that a sapling? That's a sapling. There were moments. Listen, season 3 had me hoping. It really did.
Wonder if
By
I
the
can drop
way,
any of this gear.
the creator of that series' name is Raphael, or Raph. Hmm. 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 Kind of like the Long Dark. Ooh, another maple. Another bow, right? Sure. That was worth it. Yeah. Well, they really kind of, they both ruined it, but they also gave us moments that were fantastic. So Elaine's song in Tanchico is probably one of the epitome of taking something from the books and making it real, which just had my heart soaring. It really did. There are moments with Rand. They made a few changes, I'm not going to lie. Like Rand sleeping with Lanfear was always kind of like intimated in the books, but it never really happened because he was 19 and she was like 3,000 years old. Well, yeah. Yeah, Perrin never had a wife. You got to remember they goofed with the ages. Perrin was like 17 in the books. He wouldn't have been married even in the Two Rivers, which was kind of a backcountry woodsy rednecky kind of place. They had that good tobacco though. Yeah. One of my favorite things about Robert Jordan is all his intimate, his little sneaky little things were like, they smoked weed in the Two Rivers. In fact, they were known for growing the best weed in the world. And he always said, tobacco would give them a swirly feeling. It would make them feel so relaxed. Two Rivers tobacco was the most famous in the world. Yeah. And Perrin would have never killed his wife, even by accident. He's a Taveran. He's a tool of God. He's written in the weave of the universe. But they did it anyway, because, storytelling. Oh yeah, no. Truthfully, Robert Jordan, what a guy. Vietnam vet, in the shit, for real. Like, he saw and did things that most humans would never even be able to comprehend. What? Had some serious fetishes, bondage fetishes, spanking fetishes, and large breasted. Anyway, he had a lot of fetishes, and he wrote them into his books, for sure. But anyway, yeah, his characters. So it started. The first book was actually intended for a young adult. So he was looking for a 13 to 17-year-old audience. That book just went off the charts with like 24 to like 35-year-olds in like 1991, I think it was. Uh, and then and this is weirdly, honestly, because people are like the season one was so off the books. The one thing they got right though is that Robert Jordan really didn't have a plan after the first book. Then it blew up, and then it became, like I said, it started out as a young adult series, and then he was like, no, this is an adult series. We need to go in a different path. Book two is correcting that course, and then book three just took it and like landed everything so amazingly. And book four was just one of the best ever. 10 more books in the series, by the way. He did die, unfortunately. But thanks to old Brando Sando, or Brandon Sanderson.
Kind of heavy.
Who took his notes and gave us the ending that was planned all along, but with his own, thoughts, feelings. Ooh, we'll take that leather. What's this? Cloth. Sure. Was it perfect? No. Was it 98% perfect? I'd say yes. It's the ending that was supposed to happen. I've read a lot of books. Pizza likes to read. We're not going to go deep into that. But to hook me for 14 books and a prequel, so 15 books total, over 4 million words. His big deal was like trying to beat Tolkien. And he did. He totally did it. As far as amounts of actual words. Hey, but, Sanderson really, he got it right. I don't care what anybody says. He got it right. And then he was, influential in trying to steer the series in the direction it should have been. Yeah, I love the actress that played Moraine.
I'm
100%.
sure I can carry much more.
And I think at times she really nailed certain elements of that character. She wasn't short enough if you just want to go on, like, you know, that kind of thing. But again, they just ended up playing up elements that weren't necessary. They made the love interest between her and Swan, the Amerlin, way more than it was in the books. Way more than it was in the books. It was like intimated. It was like I said, it was like there could have been something. And then maybe that helped with certain things later in the story. but it really wasn't as important. But they wanted to really play that up in the series. And also, having his boyfriend, like, play a character that didn't exist in the books and have complete story arcs is what turned a lot of people off. If you're familiar with the Wheel of Time world, there really isn't like a difference between gay and straight. There's not. People love. They marry, they have sex. They're just, that has nothing to do with it, right? It's very straightforward. In that entire series, in the entire universe, there is no homophobia. There is no, you know, it doesn't matter. Men can marry men, women can marry women. There are certain cultures, there's like two cultures where it's a little, they're like, we don't like that. But everything else, as far as the entire world is concerned, is just like, that's, of course that's normal. It's just life, right? Which is cool. That's why it's a good series. But they turned what was just sort of hinted at a relationship that could have been, that possibly influenced some things, into like, no, that's what happened, that's what it is, and that changed a lot of things. They killed Uno like way too early and completely wrong. It just, they made some terrible decisions. And again, true to source material. And this is very important to understand. Both Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson are incredibly into making their female characters exactly what they should be. True human beings that are tough, resilient, and incredibly amazing. But our story centered on the power of three boys that grew to men. And for whatever reason, they decided that wasn't good enough. It's like saying, we're going to take the Lord of the Rings, right, by Tolkien, but we're going to make it better, quote unquote, by injecting a lot of modern themes that don't make sense in this particular world, right? This was already like a completely fair men, women, power diagram was completely equal. There was no men, women can marry each other and they can marry themselves. They're same sex. That was never a thing. Everybody bathed together naked. Everybody, it was very 60s kind of like configured. And it tried to turn it into something that it just wasn't. To make a point that was already made from the original books, you know? Now let's go home. There's nothing out here I need. We'll just head home. Following the tracks in the fog. Such a beautiful and wonderful long dark thing. And I wouldn't change it in the world, right? But if I was making a long dark movie, this should be in it. But it's like saying, nah, let's make it a highway in New York with zombies. Like, you didn't need to do that. It was a great story. It did what it needed to do. And you can see the progression through season 1 through 3. And by the season 3, they realized they had messed the heck up. Because the source material was there. Everything was there. One of the greatest stories that's ever been written and told was there. Why are you trying to make it something that it's not? We're trying to add in a lot of modern sensibilities and, and changes that just aren't necessary. There is no black or white. They have racism, right? But it's mostly white people against white people. Honestly. They have, but you're like, you're from here, so you're different. Not so much that you're a different color, or you know, it's like you're from the West, or you're from the South, you're from the East. That makes you different, not how you look. There is no homophobia because it's 100% natural. Got him. For males to marry males, for females to marry females, it was just written into the story from the get. Why push it? Why press it? It just should have been natural. It's like they wanted to force feed something into a situation in a story that already had it in it, you know? It's one of the best stories ever. Hey, Mrs. Wright, how you doing? We were talking about the Wheel of Time currently. I'm going off just a little bit. Me and Big Riz Pizza Whiz or Ryan, we're chatting about the Robert Jordan series. The 14 books plus a prequel, so 15 books. Over 4 million words, more than Tolkien. The best book series I've ever read. Yeah. And how they kind of screwed up the television show. But yeah. And the thing is, they really tried to push, you know, Egwene. Nynaeve was a powerhouse just on her own through what she accomplished, through the changes in her life, through the things that she did. Her entire story is awe-inspiring for men, for women, for people, for gay, for straight, and anyone. It is beautiful. And they handled her fairly well. But Egwene, I mean, she was a straight bitch from day one. And, they missed that opportunity. Because you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what? Sometimes people are just that. It's okay. You don't have to humanize it or soften it or turn it into a power thing. It's just, that's how it is. We ended up with Egwene being the hero when Randall Thor, and by the way, Randall Thor 1969, big props. One of the best long dark YouTubers and Twitchers now ever. Named after my favorite character in any books ever. he got played down. But he's the Dragon Reborn. He is literally Jesus. I'm not even like trying to be a dick. Like, he's Jesus in these books. And they made him nothing at times. It's so weird. It was so weird. Like I said, at least I got to see certain things that, like I said, Elaine singing in the bar in Tanchico. I could watch that video right now and get the feels. But Nynaeve breaking her power block. Whew. But they did ran dirty. They did ran real dirty. And Joshua, I just call him Joshua. What a great actor too. What oh, the casting. I'm a little in disagreement. I think the casting in a lot of the roles were pretty good. You just weren't allowed to do what they should have been allowed to do. But yeah, Perrin was 17 at the beginning of the series. He might have been 18. I think he was the oldest. I think he was like 18 at the beginning of the series. I think Randolph Thor and Matt Kaufman were like 17. None of them were old enough to marry in the Two Rivers. Man, I got a lot of crap on me. Alright, let's figure this out. Yeah, we got a lot of just junk. I agree with a lot of people that say, let's animate it. I think they were getting good at the one power, and then eventually the power worked. When people are weaving, because remember it's the Wheel of Time, they weave their magic. They use spirit, they use fire, they use, there's white. But they were kind of getting it. But I think, yeah, animated might be way better. She didn't pull her ponytail enough, and she didn't stick her arms under her boobs enough. If you're really going Robert Jordan. I mean, like I said, he had his things. Yeah. There was not enough beatings. Like, period. It was like corporal punishment was. Just was. Yeah. There wasn't enough comments on people's skirts, the length of dresses, or there wasn't enough comments on clothing, period. Although, whoa, the costuming was incredible in the TV series. They deserve every kind of reward they won and should have won. The costuming was beautiful, stunning. But they didn't focus on it from the character's perspective correctly. Because the characters were always concerned, and which is a human thing, what this person wore, what color this was, what it meant. Moraine always wore blue. She always wore blue. Why? Well, she was from the Blue Aja. But she kept it hidden. It was subtle in the books. Sometimes it was just a blue ribbon. sometimes it was a blue seam or a stripe. She always wore blue, you know. Yeah. They didn't have a really good handle on the warders either. Or the Children of the Light. In the books, they're bad guys, but they're like confused bad guys, right? They do some evil shit, but like
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
they were trying to really frame them as like truly evil instead of misguided. Which is, in my opinion, a huge mistake. Because being misguided with an army that can conquer nations, somebody's having an argument outside, is kind of terrifying. But just making them like straight up evil, that was such a bad choice. And some of the stuff in the interrogation scenes, I mean, that was from the books, but there wasn't enough around it to really explain it. The paranoia, you know. We never really got to see Galad and Gawain really like what drove them. And we never really got to see how stupid Gawain was. Like, literally dumb. And how a dumb person who's a prince, I'm not saying anything about the political situation in America or anything like that, can just drive horrible, stupid crap. So, like I said, I would have loved another season because I think they were at least somewhat headed in the right direction of getting back to the books, but we'll never know. We'll never know. But if they want to animate it, which they've done, if you want to go check out some animated Wheel of Time, that does exist, right? I would avoid IWOT, IWAT. They own a lot from shady deals with Robert Jordan's wife, Hazel, I think her name is. Uh, that she openly admits that she got tricked on. Uh, and they own a lot of the source material now at this point. But they are just the worst. They're like the minifigs guy in Utah. They're just trying to capitalize on somebody else's. They don't care. But if we ever get a truly animated version, like the old The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, the old The Hobbit cartoon, which I think is spectacular. If you've never seen the Hobbit cartoons from like I think the 70s, yeah, wow, check that out. Check that out because it does 1,000 times better than Peter Jackson did with the movie. Yeah. Well, when you're trying to stuff 3 books into one season, that's the problem with also. I mean, think about it. Like I said, this is a 15 book series, 14 straight books with a prequel that came out after the 14 books. Remember, after well, I guess it was like 11 books and a prequel by Robert Jordan, and then the 3 ending books by Brandon Sanderson, who took over after Robert Jordan died. So timeline's a little screwed up anyway. But yeah, they like I said, it was a producer and it was a production company and a director that what often happens a lot and is becoming or is a problem with modern adaptations. There's nothing wrong with an adaptation. There's nothing wrong with adding new stuff, changing a few things, making the timeline work, putting in something that makes some sense modern wise. There's nothing wrong with that. But saying, I'm going to do this better and I'm going to change all this stuff, it's crazy. And like I said, they just, and again, another thing, they should have been like 15 episode seasons, not 8, not 6. I don't care if each one's an hour. 4 plus 4 million words of written literature. 15 volumes. Books that are between 500 and 1,000 pages. You can't cover, you can cover a book maybe in 8 hours or one season, or let's say 10 hours in one season. One book. So it should have ran like 16 seasons. You know what I mean? And again, I get it. That's kind of unrealistic in today's world. People's attention spans, the ability to watch that, the amount of money to film that. But if Amazon had spent the money on the Wheel of Time that they spent on the Game of Thrones stuff, or that horrible Lord of the Rings show,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
spread it out over time, I think we'd all be watching the Wheel of Time this season, this fall. We'd be excited. We'd be looking for season 5 or 6. We'd be on book 5 or 6. It would be amazing. But that's why I think we need to go animated, because it's just too hard. It's just too hard for people not to mess with it. It's just so much to cover.
Looks like I made it through another night.
You know, Peter Jackson tackled The Hobbit and he tackled The Lord of the Rings, but he missed so much from the books. Doesn't really touch on the Cimmerian. I don't really know how to say it. Cimmerian. At the beginning of The Hobbit, the true beginning. When you make something so huge, it's hard to turn into a TV show. But if you're going to do it, look at that. Look at those mountains. Yeah. Wish we could go to them, but we're living here in Mystery Lake. It might be a sunny enough day to have a fire. I'm thinking about it, because we got the firewood. Let's lighten our load. It's a big task, and you got to take your ego out of the equation, and you can't rewrite what is already written. No. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, check out. I don't know who made it, but check out the Hobbit cartoon from like the 70s or 80s. I'm not really. I think it's the 70s. About as close to the book as can be done. It's terrifying too. It is so scary. You really feel uh, like you get to know who Bilbo Baggins is. You know, the eagles mean something. The march of the orcs is unbelievable. Like the Hobbit films, the dwarves were just a part of it. Like they weren't, you know. Yeah. Again, when you let someone run with their imagination, Peter Jackson did a great job with The Lord of the Rings. Uh, Not the best, but a great job. But with The Hobbit, it was just a mess. So if you really want to see a good Hobbit on the screen, watch the cartoon, the anime from the 70s. Great music, too. Really
I
great
didn't drop
music.
any of this gear.
One of my favorite songs in life is the Orcs Marching to War. It is so fantastic. They're just so aware of like their uselessness. And how they're just tools in this greater conflict. Pretty fantastic. Hey pizza, what's up? That's a lot of sticks. Thank God. You're not much here. Good. Oh, yeah, we gotta. Clothing to show manure. Not much, but a little bit. Use. There we go. A little more leather. That's what I'm talking about. More T's than I care for, but that's fine. Oh, there we go. Let's. Let's put thing. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds out of my inventory. Birch bark is in this drawer. And we're gonna try to get some of this fire going more focused outside. So we'll take the coal. Let's just go outside. Let's stop goofing around, pizza. Go outside. It might be sunny. We might be able to get a fire going with the maglins. Anyway, Raphael, they seem to have some ego issues with that name. Name your children Donatello or Michelangelo, okay? Let's give up on the Raphaels. Oh, sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have it. I should probably get my hands on it, actually, before it stops becoming a thing. So good. The music was so good. I think it's a little overcast. Yeah, not quite there yet. But it might clear up. Might clear up. Let's... Bam! There we go. This is the kind of firewood pile I'm looking for. This is what we're looking for. Yes. There we go. We're not under 70, but I'm carrying a lot of weirdness. How much water do we have? Yeah, it's a little, but not that much. Quack, 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 quack. Still got the rifle on us. Let's go. Try to get our hands on a few fish. Biscuits, as the golem would say. Schmeagle. Dropped him. What's up? What's up? Huh? Huh? What did you think was gonna happen? Right. Yeah. Let's fish for a few hours, see if we can get a clear sky. What? What is he doing out here? I've never seen him on the ice before. This is kind of blowing my mind. Pizza. Why do you suck so much? There's no real aiming in this game. There we go. All those arrows in the ice just mean they took way more damage than they needed to. Guess we're doing this today. Alright. I don't think I have a hammer. Alright. Nope, this right here. Privors are basically useless at this point. Except for chopping up an ice hole. It's sunny, isn't it? No. Alright, let's go fishing. Thank you. And thank you. Good to go. Alright, let's maybe get a little meat. Try to fish with it. I don't know if it makes a difference. Is the sun out? No. Alright. So, oh man, I love fishing when the fishing isn't broken. So fantastic. Let's do one more hour. Just the hook and water. Look at all this. Oh my gosh. Woo! Alright, let's waddle our fat butts home, hopefully before the blizzard comes. But yeah, I would say here's the thing. I have kids. Uh, they're grown. They're totally grown. But if they were little kids again, I would show them the Hobbit cartoon and Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. For sure. They'd probably be asking the same thing that I would. What about the Eagles? You know, whatever. You can't, you know. Don't expect everything. Just expect most of everything. Like they decided to do a live action The Long Dark based on story mode.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Watch all my videos I never liked. I mean, I'm just being honest. I never. I've said it before. Story 1 through 3. Well, story 1 through 4. Great way to get to know some maps. Yeah. Story 1 is kind of interesting. Story 2, which I played before they fixed it, total garbage. Story number 3, I kind of liked, even if people didn't like the fetch quests. It's fine. Story 4, broken, but at least I know the Blackrock map, which I never go to. Pacific Drive, I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar.
I would drink almost anything about now.
I have played a game recently called Sunset Motel. I love. They recently brought it to PlayStation 4, but it's kind of broken. Well, they recently brought it to console, period. It's pretty broken. It just crashes a lot. I don't think it's the same thing. Is it story mode kind of driven? I think I know what you're talking about. Where, like, it's kind of a town. You can make different decisions and have different, like, interactions with people in this area. I don't know. I may be off. Look at all these fishes. All these fisks. That's a lot of lamp oil pizza. I know. There's no way it's going to be bright enough. I got the fuel, though. It's tempting. Well, the wind's not great. Wind's not great at all. It's like literally blowing on my campfire. What are we? We're getting there. Getting there. Tell you what. Let me think. But anyway, I will look up Pacific Drive and see what it's about. I know. We'll clean the ptarmigan. We'll do it by hand. We'll hang out here for a minute. Here, let's eat. Drink. Maybe if we just clean this. For 13 minutes, it'll be warm enough to start plucking some feathers for the next hour. Check it out, it's pretty great. Semi-subrival, but it's just you and an old station wagon. Hey, Pizza Whiz, the very first vehicle that was mine, that I owned, was a Chevy Cavalier station wagon. So, count me intrigued. And you make trips through these contaminated areas, gathering supply, and weird, crazy things start happening. I love weird, crazy things. So, this sounds great already. Yeah, I'll look it up. Oh, yeah. Now, I love how the gloves come off for some reason now. Like, I'm not ripping this apart with my rabbit gloves on, which you wouldn't do, right? You just wouldn't do that. That would be gross. Yoink, 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 yoink. There we go. A lot of down. Look at that. 33. Nice. Let's see what the sun's doing. Yeah, I played a lot of survival games over the years. It's hard to say. I played one, I think it's just called Mars, but I could be wrong. I really loved. It's actually, I mean, besides Minecraft, one of the first survival games I played. Yeah, I just don't think this is Maglin's weather, but it might be match worthy. Are you match worthy? You might be match worthy. Yeah. Um. Hmm. That's. I mean, it's called Chef Pizza. All right, let's do this. Let's cook up some more meat. Oh, these poor little fish fillets. They're never gonna get used. But that's fine. Get them out of my inventory. Actually, let's put them in the box. That way, if they're gonna despawn, they're gonna despawn, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Let's cook. Chef Pizza. Oh, yeah. Pizza. Are you a chef? I am a sous chef. Or a sous chef. 100%. Earned that title in Boulder, Colorado, working at the Napoli's Italian restaurant. Joe King, what's up? Nice to hear from you. Yeah, I agree. But I am wearing gloves. You want to see them? Do you? Do you want to see them? Look how rabbit furry they are. They're so rabbit furry. So comfy and squishy. Anyway, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. So yeah, let's waste a torch. Or well, let's utilize. No, not this torch. That torch is garbage. Let's break this torch. Joe King, I love your name, by the way. I don't think I've ever, I don't know if I've said that. I may have. But just to make sure. What a great, great YouTube name. Alright, let's get this going. Torch in a stick, y'all. That's how we do it in the long dark. We're trapped in mystery. Now, if you've never heard the phrase
Come on.
wrapped in mystery, helping, I'm, you know,
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of what the play on words was. Yeah, we'll chuck one of these on for now. Let's get the fire going. We got plenty. Let's grab a cedar and 2 fir. Let's add a fir. Ka-chunk. There we go. Let's make 1 water. Yes. And then let's go start getting up these little bits and bobs and trying to get our cooking score up. Hey, a lot of bunnies died for this.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Astrid is having trouble walking. Literally walking with how many bunnies are in her pocket. So let's, do them justice. For the sake of cooking score. Huzzah. Nice. Joking. Yeah. But listen, we listen. We've been talking about another Raph or Raphael from the Wheel of Time Amazon series, who kind of screwed it up. But we had moments. And I was conjecturing earlier that people named Raphael or Raph, you know, let's start naming them kids after other Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's Donatello, there's Michelangelo, there's Leonardo. I would love to meet a Leonardo. I'd be cool with that. I wouldn't be able to help myself. I'd be calling Michelangelo Mike or Mikey. It's some more. But we were also talking about how the Hobbit cartoon from the 70s, or whenever it was, is way better than the Hobbit live action movies. But the Lord of the Rings is good. It doesn't cover everything. They missed a lot of things. They missed a few beats. But it's still pretty good. DiCaprio! Hey, they do exist in nature, right? Right? I'm just saying. I did go to school with a guy named Donatello, but you know what we called him, right? He's older than me. He's 55 now. He's Donnie. He was always Donnie. He was Donnie then. He was Donnie in the middle. He's Donnie now. But his name is actually Donatello. Come on. Let's let's put that out there again. Yeah. Most of them are turtles, for sure. I never knew a Raphael. You know they're out there, though, right? I feel like there's plenty of Raphaels. There's like too many. Michelangelo? Uh, can't say that I know any for sure. Oh, that's good. I'm hungry. There we go. Put that in there. How was that doing? 4 minutes. Yeah. Let's work on that cook and score, people. We already... Alright, we are on day 21. What a good day to be on. Carcass harvesting level 4, almost 4.5. Cooking level 3, we're moving up the spots there. Pizza has his gimmick on, so we started at fire starting level 3, and we're moving up a line there. Ice fishing, I mean, thankfully I figured out what that means in the custom playthrough, so we're catching a lot of fish. We're trapped in mystery, we only have so many bullets, so this is only going to ever be so good. We have 4 arrowheads, as long as we don't lose them. We have as many birch sticks to turn into arrow shafts, and then one day that's going to be it. Mending, and rifle, or revolver. We had 2 or 3 revolver firearm books, which is good because we have a lot of revolver bullets. Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about making the Wheel of Time a animated series. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I've read all 15 books, over 4 million words. Love Robert Jordan.
Dark out here. I'll look for shelter.
Love Brandon Sanderson. I'd like to see it truly represented at some point in some way. It'd be fantastic. And when I was in 9th grade, we had to read, and I still don't know how to say it, Silmarillion. But there's another whole Tolkien book that explains the beginning. You got giant spiders, the size of mountains, you got Sauron. As you just a boy, you just a boy, I'm just a little boy. You know, would love to see that adapted to some point. Thank you. Just munch that. Nom nom nom. 7 minutes, man. So that's the great thing about these little rabbits and Parmesan. We get some good cooking score. You know what? Let's run inside real quick. Is it? Yeah, it's a little dark. Maybe we cook a few bisques for old Schmiegel. Get a little oil. A little oil. Pizza got that southern accent. Oil. My son makes fun of me, but he's a redneck too, so. He don't say it that different. Alright, let's see. So it's pretty light. Also light. Yeah, we don't have a ton, do we? We'll grab this one. Now we're good. A few fisks. And some oil. Path of Daggers. Yeah. So you made it close to the end of Robert Jordan's run. Path of Daggers is... It's okay. He kind of... I feel like a lot of writers, he kind of had a malaise. Like I said, originally the series was meant to be 100% a young adult series. So Eye of the World was really meant for 13 to like 17-year olds. But it blew up 1991, I think. I read it because I'm old. And I was not in the demographic at that point. I was 18 in 1991. So
I'm
close
sorry to
enough.
hear much
Close
more.
enough. But yeah, adults loved it. Like I said, it really hit with the 25 to 35, 40 crowd. And so he changed the style. And pretty much, like I said, really, that book kind of ended. Because in the theory, he beat Shaitan. And then he was like, no, it's just one of his minions. And here we go. The Path of Daggers is good because we get a lot of Matt. And Matt is just one of the best characters. Matt, Perrin, and Rand are the series, which is where they lost it on the TV series. You know, Egwene, Nynaeve, Elaine, um, Swan. There are plenty of powerful, major. Nynaeve was always considered the fourth Taveran, and Egwene is debated as the fifth. But there really were only three Taveran, and that's Perrin, Matt, and Rand. And I don't think, like I said, like Robert Jordan is the farthest thing from a sexist, macho, you know, machistic type person. He's like 20 times removed from that. But they went that way in the TV series for whatever reason. It's okay to have a white male hero. It's also okay to skew that. But I think they went the wrong way. Yeah, Egwene has probably literally. So I would say in character arcs, you got Rand al'Thor, number one. He's Jesus. Number two, Matt Coffin. Just so relatable. Unbelievably relatable to so many of us because he's that guy. He's that girl. He's that person. He's just that person who's always caught up in a mess. And because of his Tabaran blood, he's just crazy lucky. He bets that he can roll dice on their edge, and he wins. He rolls two dice, and they land on the edge. They don't. It's no number. It's nothing. It's nil. He rolls nil, and he bet on it, and he knew it because his luck is that crazy. Come on, come on. But he also gets just wrapped up in a bunch of crap that he would just rather not, right? Then we go Egwene, Nynaeve, and Perrin. Then maybe Moraine, and then Alalain. The golden crane, the golden crane flies for Anne a la Lane. What a great story. So many heroes, so many things they could have done. But again, and again, I hate IWOT, IWOT. But maybe they'll finally do something with it or sell it to somebody that can. Oh, nose. Oh, oh, oh. Well, it's kind of early. Do I? Yeah, I think I do. Pizza, you only have so many matches. Yeah, you're right. But I'm using it anyway. Why not? It's feast day, y'all. It's Thanksgiving.
Come on, little fire.
It's Xmas. We're doing it. Skadoosh.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. I don't know about that. There we go. That's the heat I'm looking for. Oh. And there's lots of books I've read that became series, Ender's Game. What a great series of books, but the movie lacked. It was close, but didn't quite get there. And remember, there's multiple books in that series. I loved Tom Clancy growing up. Like you said, he just fit in my time period. I feel like The Hunt for Red October was probably the best movie to get as close to Tom Clancy novel as can be. And everything else has just sort of been a bastardization. And eventually we just have this ghost hunter thing coming out. I love the guy from The Office, but yeah. I'll tell you something though. I'll give you guys something to read because I don't, and you're gonna have to go on Amazon to get the books because it's out of print. I think Joel Rosenberg. Now, when you look him up, you're gonna find some messed up stuff. Okay, but he's a person, and sometimes there's messed up stuff. What is the name of the series? Guardians of the Flame. Guardians of the Flame. What a great series. I think it's like 13 or 14 books. It's about some kids who are playing D&D one night, basically, and they get sucked into the root, like, the real... They're real people living in modern times who get sucked into D&D. Really good. Fantastic. David Eddings, The Bulgariad, and The Malorian. Oh my god. Oh my god. And the best thing about David Eddings is that he wrote his books with his wife. So his wife mainly wrote the female characters and their point of views, and he wrote the male characters and their point of views, and they came out with something pretty special. Also, a bit of a shit. He's a human being. You know what I mean? Not a perfect person, but incredible storytelling. The Elenium comes after that, about Sparhawk. Also a good series, but I would say focus on the Belgariad and the Malorian, and then the books based on Polgara and Bulgaria. It'll blow your mind. I think it's considered young adult, but it's way better than that. And completely off topic, but there's a book called Chicken Hawk, and it's about a Vietnam uh, helicopter pilot. I think everyone should read that book. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Joel Rosenberg, Guardians of the Flame, David Eddings, and I think her name starts with an E. Mrs. Eddings. If you never heard of, what is it? Margaret Atwood and Tracy Hickman. Also, some incredible books from them. Sci-fi, fantasy type things. Check it out. Oh, we need more bunnies. No, Margaret Weiss. Yeah, Margaret Atwood. Also good books, but yeah. Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. They write their own books and they write books together.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
This pack. This pack. Huff it on over here. We got stuff to cut. What's our cooking score looking like? Pretty good. Yeah, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. Good writing team. Uh, Tad Williams. Tad Williams, the Dragon Bone or Bane trilogy. Unbelievable. He also wrote Otherworld. Fantastic. Unbelievable. Yeah. T.A.D. Williams. Amazing. Look him up. Who else? Anybody else that's really out there you guys should check out? Mm. I don't know. It's probably good enough for today.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Throwing a bunch of stuff at you you may or may not want. Are you, according to the news, you may or may not be here to see. Long video. What time is it? Almost 3. Yeah, I need to go to sleep. Like, I should have been asleep like an hour ago. Whatever. We're cooking. Num num. Check that down. That's 1 minute. Perfect. Just cook that and eat that. Anyway, if you didn't know, Pizza loves to read. Lots of different types of things. I recommend a book called A Prayer for Owen Me, A Prayer for Owen Meany, The Life According to T.S. Garp. I love Shakespeare. I've read all his books, plays. Pretty good. A Separate Peace. Good book. Anything by Jack Kerouac. Man, this snow is beautiful. Thank God we're by the fire, because we'd be soaking wet.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Astrid, I'm working on it. Okay, we didn't even get to the fisks. And here we go. Bonbons Ration. Maybe, yeah, let's try to cook a couple of these. Yeah, why not? Alright. Get that out of there. Let's cook a fish. There we go. Oh, let's save this ptarmigan for later. Focus on some of these species. Any Chuck Palahniuk? Not familiar with the name, but I'm not great with names. If you can name the book, possibly. Yeah, not great with names. I, I've been trying to remember some of them just so I can give you guys some heads up. He wrote Fight Club and many others. Well, how about this? I've seen Fight Club the movie, and I loved it. So, but I can't say 100% I've read any of his books, to be honest. Let's get some oil.
This gear.
A little bit, 0.02. I'll take that. Get this fish cooked. One more. There we go. A little bit of oil. About, yeah. This guy right here. Perfect. Grab that one. Grab that one. Grab a torch. Grab a second torch. All right, let's go inside. I got, yeah, plenty of food. Plenty of water. Let's get a nap. Nihilistic satire. I'm in already. bit of a nihilist
This
myself.
pack is getting kind of heavy.
You don't say, Astrid. You don't say. Alright. Squish. Let's have some fish tonight. I mean, I love seafood. Glug, glug, glug. Alright, who's ready for... Yeah, perfect. 6 hours. 6 hours of sleep. Hopefully, it's a beautiful day outside. Padoosh, 20 days, 19 hours. Look at us. Trapped and wrapped in mystery. Alright, you guys ready? Because I'm ready. Nice long stream today. Happy to do it. So glad. I gotta go to work tonight. Normally I'm off. But like I said, Pizza's working 6 days a week. Getting that overtime. Getting that PlayStation 5. Mostly for me, but a little bit for you guys too. There's a lot of games I want to play that I can't play, you know. Oh, it's gross. Perfect. Perfection. Just stand right here. Yeah. Anyway. Had a good time today, you guys. Thank you for joining. I really, really appreciate you. Lots of good conversation today. Always want to thank Mrs. Wright for joining in. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you so much. I really do. Want to thank Big Riz Pizza Whiz. What great conversations we had today. Love talking about literature. Love talking about life. You're a great conversationalist. Thank you so much. Good big ups to Joe King, which again I finally got your you got your name. I know I'm slow. Fantastic. Thank you guys for joining and saying hello. As always, always try to encourage people to say hello, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys are amazing. But joining the conversation is what I really love. I do. And that's the great thing about YouTube. Reaching out, talking to people, saying hello. Fantastic. So you can always say hello to Pizza. And you know, we'll talk about whatever. We certainly can. Yeah. Nice. Another pizza out there in the world. But yeah, I'm done for today. I'm sleepy. I'm hungry. I gotta go to work in like 6 hours or something like that. I don't even know. I still gotta eat. Yeah. I am off tomorrow night. I might stream tomorrow. Not sure what I'm gonna stream, but we might stream sometime. We'll see. See how I feel in the morning when I get off of work. But yeah, let's do the thing. I always want to thank everybody that likes, subscribes, shares. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you. I do this for fun, and I really appreciate anyone that wants to jump in and say hello. You guys are amazing. Big ups to everybody that commented today. Thank you so much, and thanks for the conversation. Love talking about the Wheel of Time. Love talking about books. Look, we can talk music. We can talk literature. We can talk about just about anything. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I'm out. If you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. Really hope you guys are having a great day. And listen, most importantly, as always, be good to each other. Pizza out.